Welcome back to From Nine to Mom.
where we discuss balancing the 9 to 5 hustle with the beautiful chaos that we call motherhood.
And this week's a catch-up week. We've had a week off.
Yeah,
We're
more.
are we refreshed? Like, I don't know, but here we are.
I definitely feel refreshed from my vacation for sure. But
Good.
traveling, for the listeners, I traveled for work before and got picked up at the airport and then drove the 10 plus hours to Florida through the night. And I will say that that is something that I wasn't fully prepared for. I had to get before I left for Texas, not only are you getting yourself in work mode, what
Right.
do I need to wear? It's a theme. What do I need to wear for each night? I had to pack myself, both kids, and other than his 5 pieces of clothes, Jordan, up and have everything by the door before I left on Wednesday morning. And then I hadn't been home for a week and a half. But I'm not going to complain because I'm not going to lie, Florida was
The
it was
best.
great. It was great.
Much
And I hate
needed.
saying that to you because you needed a break. So you're next.
I do, but it's in the cards for some people and some people it's not. I don't know.
Listen, like we said on our Instagram, I just needed a hug, but I booked a family vacation
I
instead.
just
Just
booked.
go for it.
I know. It's hard when you don't when you watch spring break stuff, when you don't go on spring break, you feel like, oh, I should have booked and done this and that. But quite honestly, to go anywhere, I feel like it's so ridiculously expensive. And the like it's hard when you have little kids. Like they don't
Oh,
appreciate it. They don't even behave in my own house. Like how am I gonna
I'm going to tell you though, every time I go on vacation, especially this trip because of the ages, I was looking at houses like it was nobody's business. I was ready to just sell off all my shit here in Charlotte and never come back because my kids had nothing there, right? They had beach toys
right.
and a set of Legos. So they didn't fight over toys. There wasn't crap everywhere. We were outside all day. They were better behaved, except when we tried the one night to go out to dinner, which was a mistake. We ate in the rest of those nights because it was just too late for them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they were so much better there than they
Yeah.
are, but there's no distractions. There's no school. There's no mom and dad aren't stressed about as stressed.
Well, you're off the routine too. Like they're not
Yes.
being like, you're okay to be more flexible and do some different things. So it's definitely good. It's fun when they can behave and participate in the vacation.
Yeah,
It's
you need a couple
nice.
of years. I feel like having one over the age of 5 does help. Like 2 under the age of
Yeah.
5 is tough. It's a tough go, my friend.
Yeah, that's going to be my life for the next 5 years is going to be tough.
know.
But I will say we've gotten to some times where I've gotten 5 times recently that we've been out because it's nicer now here, so we're out a little bit more, and everyone asks, are they twins,
Because Cal's so big, my
constantly.
friend. He's a big boy.
It's so, and then me and Ryan are always like, oh no, and Ryan always wants to joke and be like, oh, they're Irish twins, but they're not, everyone can
Yeah.
relax. But I don't know how people have kids closer together than what we did. It's 18 months and it's still how could you basically have twins? I can't imagine.
I met the most motivating person on my last day of vacation. She gave me so much inspiration. If she decides to listen to this, shout out to her. She is an attorney and her family owns her and her husband, a bajillion Wendy's in the area and then also pharmacies in the area. I heard she has 6 kids. 6 kids. One in college all the way down to Daisy's age, a little boy. They are the cutest family. They were she was all put together. She was so social. Her kids were so social. One of the older kids was in the water with the 2 little kids. And she was like, yep, I got to be at the office here. She just was, the way that she presented herself and how kind she was. And then the fact that they were at their second home there. They have homes everywhere, but the way that she was balancing family with work with priorities, it was kind of cool because you're how do people do this crap, right? We're saying I could never do it. And here is this powerhouse woman and her powerhouse husband and her incredibly kind, sweet kids. She clearly wasn't shaped. I'm please write a book so that you can teach me
Right?
how you do what you do, because I'm struggling and I only have 2.
Well, that's what one of my friends that's a twin mom, she's like, it's the only thing you know. So you just do
Do
what
it.
you know, because that's how it is. But yeah, I feel like we're both in a phase of like work being pretty stressful
Yeah,
and
I worked a lot more like on this vacation than, I'd say, like in a different way, not more, just in a different way than
yeah,
before. But because I had to, I structured it into each day, which kind of did
help.
work. But yeah, we're in that
Yeah.
phase. It's just a different phase for us right now.
Yeah, well, we started talking when we were catching up after vacation was like adjusting our schedules to accommodate extra like workload and like different things. And I mean, the ever evolving shift of our schedules is like crazy, trying to decipher what the best routines are. And yeah, I think that's the other thing. Like if we went on vacation, like me and Ryan are so routine based, like we would try to keep a routine when we go. But how have they been adjusting back to school like
We
after a
kept the
week off?
routine pretty well. Like we did keep the routine there. We let them, we didn't let them. They slept in until around 7:30, which 6:15, 6:30 is Colton's normal wake up time. And
Yeah.
then Daisy would
Hmm.
usually wake up at 8:30, which is about a half hour later than her normal wake up time. So it wasn't too bad. We still napped
That's good.
Daisy every day. She did nap at the pool one day, which was so cute. And then we went to bed. We actually started walking every night before bed. So they went to bed a little later than
Good.
normal.
Hmm.
So the adjustment hasn't been too bad because we weren't too off kilter. But that's the thing.
That's
When
good.
you are with your kids 24/7 for a week with no extra hands at any point at all, it's just you guys. And we didn't
Hmm.
need an awesome. I have another crazy story. The first day of vacation, this family walks up and they have a daughter that looks like she's Colton's age. So I'm like, Colton, go
Yeah.
meet her. She could be a friend. They end up walking over to us. Not only are they from TKK, which is basically Fort Mill where I live, the kids
Yep.
go to school together and they're one day apart. So we ended up hanging out with them a lot. So it kind of felt like we
Cool.
had like another hand, but we were so exhausted. Jordan and I just kept falling asleep. We just kept that's what happens. You're
You're
like,
like
I'm done.
we're tired too.
Yeah, it's great. We usually stay up really late. Like I'm the one drinking. I usually drink like a bottle of wine a night and like talk about the universe. I finished one bottle the entire trip.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. But tonight I'm getting this. Me and the kids got glitter tattoos, matching glitter tattoos
Oh,
at the
wow.
pool. You like it?
Amazing.
Because it's
Yeah.
permanently going on my body tonight.
Oh my
Not the
God.
glitter part. I'm getting the
Okay, good.
outline of the tattoo. And let me explain why. I know you're looking at me because we've talked about tattoos so many times. You're like, Dale, what the hell are you doing? You're an idiot. And yes, I am an idiot. But also, in this moment, the kids were so excited to match me. Like I wasn't going to get a tattoo. They insisted that I get the tattoo.
Yeah.
And then all day and every day since, they're just like, oh, Ribbit,
Mom's
like Daisy, you know,
tattoo. Yeah.
Mommy, Daisy, Colton. That's what Daisy keeps saying. Like Colton wants to show everybody.
Cute.
And it was just one of those moments where you're like, what like a genuinely beautiful moment that's fleeting. You know, you forget those things. And I'm like,
Yeah.
is it crazy of me to get this tattooed? So I went on to like a community of women to ask like who would do it for me within 5 days because it washes off in 5 days.
You're like, I need to get it.
I need
outlined
this
immediately.
now. And I'm getting it done tonight. So I'm very excited. So thank you
Wow.
to the
Look at
company
you.
that's doing it for me.
You know how I feel about tattoos, but it is a sweet memory. So it will
You
be
did do something
on
spontaneous this week. Don't lie. You booked a trip with Ryan.
Yeah, we did. That's very unlike us. We were going back and forth if we were going to go, but you know, when it comes to baseball,
Wait, are
it's
you
his
going
favorite
back
thing
and
to
forth
do.
right now? You committed to it?
No, we booked. Yeah,
okay,
we booked.
okay.
Yeah, we were going to go, then we weren't going to go, then we were going to go one night, but he's a big Atlanta Braves fan and they're playing in Pittsburgh, which is close to us, so we're going to go. No kids. We're just at the point where like to think about traveling with kids doesn't sound like a vacation, and I would love to go experience things with them, and that's fine, but with how limited time off I have, like it's not, I don't know, it's like hard to even think about bringing them. We did contemplate bringing Jack because he's old enough to come and enjoy a baseball game, but me and Ryan need a solo trip.
I was gonna say, I
like
think
we
it's
haven't
like
even
important.
we haven't had a date night in so long, like, and it's not for like lack of babysitters or anything. It's just like our schedules just haven't allowed.
But we're both
like,
in
you
the
get
era
into the
of two
grind.
like we both have family weddings coming up and things that are going
Yeah.
on. So that's like kind of taking precedence
Yeah.
over other stuff. So I think it's good for you guys to just go alone. And then
Yeah.
I mean, listeners, please advise Catie. She almost did it and it was my fault with work. She was supposed to be here with me.
Oh yeah.
Remembers?
Ryan was kind of mad about that actually, because
Yeah.
he ended up going earlier in the week. He went to his uncle's, and then later that week it was like beautiful down by you too.
Yeah, it
He
was
like
so
looked at the
nice.
weather. He's
You
like,
guys
we
can
should
come to
have,
our house
but
anytime. Seriously. Like, even if we're not
yeah, but
here,
like if
but
we come, we want you to be there. Like,
yeah, I know.
that would be
We're kind of
the
cool, but
allure.
kind of annoying as well. So you can
I
do whatever
know.
you want to do.
So, well, we have to rebook that at some point. But yeah, all the family weddings, we're gonna both be crazy come the end of summer and like into the fall. But yeah, it's been good. And then I'm getting into like scheduling summer activities,
Oh my God.
and
Don't
it's
even
so
get me
funny because
started.
I know, so we have to get into it a little bit because me and you haven't talked about this yet, but I started looking because Jack is eligible to like do some summer programs this year.
Ooh, fun.
Barely, but like he might have friends that are going to be in school with him that are doing
Yeah.
it. So I've been looking around, and yeah, there's like 2 different weeks he can go to like preschool half day camp. And I think the pricing's reasonable, but like that's what we have to discuss
Yeah.
that because I don't know. They want $100 a week, and it's only 2.5 hours a day.
For 5 days, though, think about it.
I think it's only 3 or 4 days.
Okay. So how many hours a day did you say? Two and a
Two and a
half?
half.
Okay, so I just had to get a babysitter yesterday because my parents weren't going to be home in time. My mom usually picks up the baby, and they had
Yeah.
a wedding in Boston, and it was last minute meeting came up on the calendar, and I was just so nervous that, somebody was
Yeah, you're
gonna,
like, I have to
and
get it.
I have to be focused. So I got a babysitter, and those 2 hours for a sleeping baby for one of the hours cost me $50. So $100 for 2.5 hours a day for 4 days. And
Okay.
the biggest thing that I'm worried about with Daisy, because I don't have her in any camps this summer, is like we were gone for a week, and the last 2 days she's cried at drop off. So yesterday we got all the way to the classroom, and then she was like sobbing when I left. And then today she thought she was going to Papa's house because she saw Papa last night. And as soon as she saw the school, completely sobbing. And that's after a week of no school. So especially
like
with him going to preschool, a whole summer with no organized, structured stuff, it'll be a really difficult adjustment. Maybe he'll do amazing, but it could help you out a little bit.
I think it's going to help because we also, Ryan's doing summer school again, hopefully. And so if he's doing that, like I'm going to be watching the kids. So like if I can get rid of one of them for a little bit, then I'll just have Cal at home. But he's not, I mean, their age, they're not really eligible for anything.
Yeah, I looked for
summer,
Daisy.
like
It's
full
like
time. Like,
no. And then I have to worry about like my mom works during the day. Like, who's going to go get them? Just like your in-laws. Like you'd have to be like, okay, now not only are you watching them, you have to go drop them off, get them. Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't know about you, but even when I'm at work and I arranged like pick up, drop off elsewhere, like I'm worried about it. Like I'm like, did they get them? Did they not? Like I just think about it still. So like it's not fully out of sight, out of mind for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I always know that they're gonna like. I know that
I do too. Like deep down, I do. But like,
but I do like today. My mom, we always joke that my mom titty texts and boob dials constantly, and she boob dialed me on the way to get Daisy today. But she must have been walking to and fro, and she ended up hearing me yell her name because she was just like, and I was like, oh, I hope she left the city or wherever she's working to be able to leave Daisy. I wonder if she can't go get her. I'll have to go get her. Like it does cross your mind.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's just part of being a mom. I guess you worry about that stuff, but yes, we've been doing that. I've been trying to do sports as well. So like Jack's gonna do soccer already starts next week. Then I got Calvin into soccer. We're gonna have Jack start baseball, and so we're like, okay, here we go. Like
I'm excited for you guys. I go, I do this. I go to Michael and Morris.
I'm so excited.
I'm learning how to navigate like having a child who likes to do different things.
Right.
But like of all the sports, I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry to all my basketball friends. Like basketball was I cheered for basketball, football. It was my least favorite sport. I've started to like it now ever since I sat courtside and felt the sweat drip off the players. Like that was a little bit different. It made me respect it a little more. But Colton's into basketball, so I think we're going to do basketball this summer, but he's doing like camp
Perfect.
invention, like playing with nature. Like we are convinced this kid is going to be with the penguins in Antarctica. We're watching a show right now and he cried because one of the baby penguins died. This was yesterday.
Oh my
So
gosh.
while we were on vacation, so total sidebar, we went on a dolphin cruise. We saw dolphins tons, which was awesome. But the coolest part is the captain let Colton drive the boat. Like not just he
Amazing.
drove the boat by himself. This is a kid who can't ride his bike. Okay. Drove the boat by himself, no help, through the tiniest barge under a bridge I've ever seen.
Man.
Like he was just so confident in doing his thing. So now we're trying to convince him that he's going to be a dolphin cruise boat captain. So when it's time for our retirement,
Perfect.
Catie, we could just sit there. We could talk to, we'll be the,
all right. So he's going to work down in Fort Myers for us and run.
For us.
Yeah. Perfect.
He's going to be our link. He's going to be our link down there. We'll own it.
Beautiful.
It'll be like some
He'll
really cool name.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I don't know.
That's amazing.
Back to the regular scheduled channel because I think it's what you want, but it's busy.
Well, but you're so right. Like their interests could go any which way. Like we're at the introduction stage. Like I'm gonna just try everything. But it's like funny to watch it all. I have to get stuff scheduled and then make sure the right equipment and
Well, and Joe was going to get baseball bats, and he's like, "These kids' bats are $200 plus, like for a kid's bat." God. I'm like, "That's crazy."
So I've been seeing these TikToks of parents that are like, when your kid has a $400 bat and they like strike out or whatever, like they keep doing funny things with their kid, and then their kid's just sitting in the back seat like this with their like bat or whatever. And they're like, when we were younger, like it was hand-me-downs or whatever. Like Ryan always will talk about, like, he's like, I never got one new piece of hockey equipment ever. It was every single item I had was a hand-me-down.
My Papa Joe, who passed, was like he would always buy Joe his like baseball equipment. So Joe did get, but then David got hand-me-downs because David was the younger brother. So Joe did get some nice stuff, but now he's the one paying for it. And he's like, hell no.
It's like, oh my God.
Watching these kids, it's one of my favorite. I wish I could watch your kids play, especially if they ever play together, because watching these kids play baseball is one of my greatest joys, because Michael is like, he'll hit the ball and he'll get on base, but like say there's an out somewhere else in the field, he will not leave home. He will not leave first base. Like he gets so pissed if he can't do the whole thing. And just watching this all go down for my brother it's bringing me great joy. So you'll have to send me lots of videos.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. We did offer to coach soccer. And I think it is for the best that we did not get selected. I think we just did it too late. We didn't get selected to coach, which I do think will be good, because it is like I always want to coach. I will always offer, and I will probably be the backup, but like, I think it'll be nice for me to go sit, relax, watch Jack go out there. Like it will help me and Ryan's competitiveness go, because you want your kid to do good, but like, I don't know, there's not going to be a chance that it'll be Jack's first time doing a sport without a parent on the field.
Because I forgot it was dual. Jordan coached soccer and flag football, and it was mentally draining for him to handle. So
that's what it's like, you want to be the coach and do that, but like it is really draining to do it. Like, and sometimes you do want to just enjoy. Like my mom always coached us like all the way growing up, and it is hard because you got to worry about all the kids. You're not just watching your
own kid, and then if your own kid doesn't do well, you're feeling bad for all the other kids and parents. That's how
your kid sucks. Like it's a lot. Ryan's like kind of contemplating like if either of them get into baseball and like coaching, he's like, I don't know. And he would be like the guy to coach. Like he's great with kids and does that. And he's like, I don't know if I want to.
Well, it's definitely tough. I'm watching a lot of my friends go through it, and some of my friends have older kids, and like one of my good friends, her husband's always coached and her kids are in high school and middle school, and it was his first like season not coaching, and he got asked to help anyways, but he's just like natural. It's like going to happen, and that might happen to you guys. But I am not going to lie. If Daisy cheerleads, there's a 0% chance that I'm not putting myself in the ring to be a cheer coach, like psychotic. But also, I do enjoy being the mom on the sideline with my mug filled with wine or whatever, and just like being able to like pet dogs and yell.
I'm going to be the best sideline mom. I will have every snack. Can you even just picture like what my bag's gonna look like when I go on
It's gonna be
a
great. You're gonna be
tournament?
so good.
Like, you guys will all see I'll make sure I make an Amazon list of everything. I already like have snack trays and we don't do anything. So like, it'll be great.
Catie will be like the
That's
mom
what
that
I'm
everybody
excited
goes
about.
to, or I'm the mom that everybody's like, hey, you got any extra mimosa material in the
Oh,
car? Come to
I
my
will have
trunk.
that.
You come to I
You
always
know
have
I will
that's what
have
I
that.
have. Like, but I don't have anything else.
So my mom was always the first aid kit mom. Like she had everything triple whatever. She would have extra shin guards, everything in the car for whoever. Like she would always bring the spare
That's
jersey,
amazing.
like all of that. So that's definitely the inspo. But yeah, now I'm gonna be the snack drinks. My dad was the cooler guy, so like he always had the
Yeah.
cooler. Like
My
that would
dad was
be
like the sports equipment because he was coaching. And then my mom was the like, she was like the support. She didn't come to the game with anything, but she always hosted like the pasta dinner
yeah,
beforehand or after the game.
yep,
Everybody ended up at our house. And I think that's kind of
right,
where I got like, I'm always prepared for a party or people to
yep,
come over because that's how my mom was. Like, it didn't matter when, who, what, when,
yes,
where.
yes.
Like, everyone was welcome at our house at any time. But then she kind of got out of having to be like super prepared at the games
Mm.
and stuff because she could be like, your kid just ate me out of house and
The
home
pregame food.
the last 4 days actually prepping for this game or this tournament. So
Like,
you
get me
can,
a glass of wine.
yeah, thanks, buddy. So I'm gonna live
No,
off
but
the Cheryl vibes.
that's a whole nother part of it is like the kids, like them having friends and some of it. So we are excited because for Jack's soccer team, his best little buddy from preschool is on his team.
Oh, that'll be so
And
cute.
he's gonna be we've told him, but he's gonna be really excited about that. So we'll be doing little ice cream after, snack and
I used to
all
love
those
GCB,
things. So
like going to watch my brother play and then like meeting boys. I had crushes on all these boys. And I'm going to call it out now because they're not going to listen. But if they do, I don't care. So I like younger men. Joe's 3 years younger than me, but I always had a crush on this boy, Grant. And then I went to high school with his bigger brother and we ended up being best friends and we went to college together and it was like the best ever. But I always laughed whenever I went to his house. I'm like, I used to have the biggest crush on your little brother. I would go to baseball just to see him play until it got weird.
that sounds
Because it
like
did get weird after a while.
Trope right there.
Yeah, but there was a
something.
point where like you're like too old and then that wasn't fun anymore,
Yeah.
But in that time it was, and we'd always go to like that ice cream shop on Ridge Road, but none of that stuff exists anymore. It's really sad, but there's new stuff that you get to capitalize on. So
I know it's all different now. So yeah, we've been in like our planning for the summer phase, in getting ready for that kind of stuff, but nothing is new on the personal front, but we do have some exciting things that we've accomplished from the podcast.
yeah, and I wanted to come to this. Like, let's be real. I know where Catie's headed. So since the day that we got 200 followers, I asked for balloons at 200 followers, 300 followers, 400 followers, 500 followers. Every time we hit like a number, and Catie's like, no, we'll do it for this many. We'll do it for this many. And then we finally, like, we always joked like, oh yeah, when we hit 10,000 followers, like it was never going to happen. We hit 10,000 followers. So the next time you see me, there's a 0% chance that we're not getting balloons, popping champagne, doing confetti. I don't care. And I don't care how dumb
the next time we
thinks it
see each other might be in Salt Lake City.
It better not be that long, but it's next month, right? So it's that long.
Well, we have, it's a month and a half.
It's too long. But maybe by then we'll have 15,000 followers. But we're freaking excited. You know what? I'm excited.
We're basically a huge deal now. So it's on Instagram that we hit that many,
but it opened up a lot of stuff. Yeah, it opened up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for us. We're excited to be influencers, I'd say.
We'll tell them our first real influencer. We've had others, but like our first, like, I'm super excited about it. Catie, I'm so excited that you did this.
Yeah, I know. So I've been like trying to get us some partnerships here and there. And we got accepted into Trey Kennedy, who's a comedian. He has a wine brand called Basic Cellars because he like goes off of basic wine.
He's the best. Yes, he pretends to be us all the time. He's too accurate. It hurts.
And I don't know if I like cry laughing at all his videos.
Yeah, because it's painful how real it is.
Oh my God. So have you seen his special that's on TV? Like,
No, I haven't watched the special yet.
You have to watch
But I
it.
want
And
to
now
watch
that
it
we're
with
part of
my
this, you
mom,
have to.
dad, and Jordan. So maybe that would
Oh
be
my
like what we
God.
watch this weekend.
So it's like, it's a new parents, like, hilarious special, like, because he's got 2 little kids now.
Yeah.
But I think the special was after his first was born. So Ryan makes fun of me all the time because he's like, "You're just in love with him," and I'm like, "No, like, it's really funny shit."
Yes, he's
And
really funny.
his wife is named Catie. So Ryan just jokes all the time. He's like, "You think you're married to him," and all this stuff. And
Well,
it's
guess what,
he's
Ryan? Now
so
he's giving
funny.
her free wine, but we get
He's
like,
Have you seen the one? Did you look at the link? It's
yeah,
individual. So, like,
it's
his whole, like,
it's
thing.
beautiful.
Oh, it's so cute. But he's like, you don't crack a whole bottle because you drink every night. So, like, you need
But
individuals
here's
for
the
every
thing,
night.
like, because we're a duo, like I'm gonna buy all the wines anyways because I drink
Yeah.
wine every day. Like, let's not lie
Yeah.
about it. It's a
Yeah.
staple of my
So
life.
you guys are going to see
So
some
I'd probably
content.
be
And
his best client ever, but also it's just so cool to partner with somebody that you have followed for so long and like you admire and laugh about. It's just we'll be able to share some stuff there.
yeah, we'll let you guys know if we get a link. I think we just get free shit. We'll see. But we also, like, went not super viral, but a little viral on TikTok. We had our most viewed piece of content,
Yeah,
which is
it
really
surpassed the
cool.
wine one, right?
Yeah, we're really just hitting it with our content. So we're glad you guys are liking it. Hopefully people are actually listening to us and not just following
I was like,
us
yeah,
on
like
social
come listen
media,
to our
but it's fine.
podcast. We want to like add, little bits of
Try
laughter
to
or
be
joy
fun.
or education. I don't know, like
I don't know what we do, but it's
we do
fun.
it.
Yeah, and I feel
Well,
like
according to ChatGPT, we do a lot and it's all funny.
oh
Like,
yeah, these are like the roasts have been really funny recently that ChatGPT does, but everyone should get ChatGPT to roast them based on what they know,
oh,
especially
it's
if you
the
use it all
best.
the time because it, like, learns about you, obviously.
I've never had somebody
But
be like more accurate about me, but like then it making fun of us was so special. Like,
I know. But yeah, like, it's been fun to see, like, some of our stuff grow because it was, like, literally under a year ago that we had, like, 200 followers, and now we have
yeah,
10,000.
but that's why we need to get balloons because I'm very excited. And I see all these other people with balloons and I don't know why I want them so bad. I just feel like it's like a
Well,
staple.
the most recent one that I seen with balloons was 500,000.
Yeah, that's great. But they say celebrate the small wins before you get to the big wins,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should like set like I'm not waiting until then to get balloons. We'll hit there.
I know.
But
You're
I'm
gonna
getting
have to come
balloons.
here though, because I am not going anywhere anytime
Well,
soon.
I will be there, but I'm just so confused about my life because as you know, my brother got engaged and they're getting married super fast. So we're doing a lot of stuff, a lot of planning going on. It's super fun and exciting, but it does like change how you plan because it's in
Yeah.
early September. So
Yeah.
my kids are out of school at the end of this month. Like Colton's got like his
Yeah.
kindergarten graduation is next Friday. It's
Jack's
crazy.
actually, so yours is that Friday, the 15th, right?
Yep.
Jack's is Thursday.
Or 15th or 16th. I don't know what day it is, but whatever. It's that
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
But I definitely have found myself like spiraling a little bit, like at nighttime. I've been really working on not like being on my phone, which is really difficult. I just don't, but I'm doing it because I realize like the dopamine addiction is real and I just want to be more present with my kids when I do have time with them. But seeing them get like bigger and like realizing like they're never going to like, I saw someone say that you only have until they're 10 years old where they think you're their hero. And then after 10, like that's all you get. And Colton's 6.5. So he'll be 7 in December. So I'm like, the fact that kindergarten is still a baby in my head. You're like, he's still a baby. Like he's in kindergarten. He's not even truly in grade school. Yeah. So like the idea of next year him going to first grade, like he's in first grade, it's painful. I'm like excited for him. Like I'm glad he's loving it and doing well, but it's like awful. Like I can't believe my kids are getting so freaking big. And then you're like prepping for all this stuff to go on during the summer. And I just don't want everything to like flash by. But I feel like with work being a little bit crazier than normal right now and everything we're trying to do, like with the podcast and then summer vacation and all these camps, it's not like regular. Like Colton's going to a different place every week. It's going to be done before we know it. It's just gonna be a blink of an eye. And it's really sad.
It is, because it's like, I even look at now, like, a lot of my friends that are gonna be having babies before summer here,
Yeah.
and it's like, I, first of all, can't imagine going back into the newborn phase.
Oh
Like,
my God.
can you
No,
imagine?
two of my
Like,
friends just have newborns right now, and they're so cute, and I want to eat them
"Oh, I
and
wanna go
squish their
snuggle
faces,
them. I
but I
will
don't
come
want to stay
help."
up all night. So that's the part.
Yeah, yeah. So, I'm down to come snuggle. I'll be on baby duty.
Correct.
You can watch my kids. Good luck. But that's the thing though, is like it's just different every phase. So like, and I keep joking with Brian, like it's every summer we're like, oh, this summer is gonna be so nice. Like, we're not gonna be the parents jumping up every 5 seconds. Like last year, Cal was like, he had already been walking for a while, but he was getting good at it. But he was
Yeah.
in everything, and it was like he was still in the eating rocks phase.
Yes,
Like he
like you
couldn't
can't
be.
turn around because they'll eat. They're
No.
choking. You're in the hospital.
So,
Yes.
like, the best thing that's been these past couple days that it's been nice up here, we put all our, like, patio furniture out on the deck and everything.
Mhm.
We can sit on the deck
Isn't it
and they can
amazing?
play in the yard. Like, it's
It is game
like
changing.
like,
That's why I
Danielle, I
think
had
like
a beer on the couch on my deck, and I didn't have to, like, do anything.
yeah, that's like you've made it. That's when you know
That
you've made
was,
it
like, but then it was also,
because
like, I don't have a baby. Like, they're
yeah,
humans.
it's like a mind. It's like a
Yeah.
but then you're like when you're in the phase of it, like it doesn't feel like you don't have a newborn. Then all of a sudden you're like, wait,
Yeah.
I can just chill. Like at the beach, like they were just like you have to watch your kids at the beach, but they were
Of
playing
course.
together
Yeah.
and they were like Daisy's a diva, so she's sitting in her like chair with her glasses,
I can
like
only imagine her,
you
like,
know, she
lounging.
was
Mhm.
so freaking diva. Like it was insane. And then the only thing at one point, Colton did take my tequila drink because it looked like water and took a huge swig of it at the pool. And all these like older
Nice.
people who lived at the place we were at started dying laughing. He was like,
Did he
ugh.
spit it out?
Yeah, he spit it out like it's so funny. And I'm like, see, that's what happens. That's why you don't want to drink alcohol because it's
Yucky.
gross.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
gross. He's like, but you drink it,
Yeah.
mom. I'm like, yeah, did you like it? He's like, no, it's
It's mommy's
gross.
medicine.
Yeah, like, you know how you
Yeah,
spit out your medicine? That's
that's what it is.
I have to have it. I don't know what to tell you.
Sure. It's
It's fine.
prescribed.
It is
Yeah, it's like
prescribed.
it's crazy though, because it is, like, different milestones of things that they're reaching, and then it's over before you know it, and you're on to the next thing to worry about, but there's something to worry about at every
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
corner.
I feel like no matter who you talk to, there's something to like worry about. And I think at the end of the day, like you have to be present with your kids now because tomorrow's not
I
guaranteed, but
know,
also you have to think about tomorrow because there's
I
probably
know.
going to be one. So it's just one of those like mind
Right.
boggling things. And then you're trying to like do new things with your career and your life and grow and evolve. And
Mm,
it's just a lot of different moving parts right now for all of
yeah.
us. And even being at like the event in Texas with all the agents, it was really fun. Like that's one of the best events I've ever been. Like it was last year, it was this year.
Yeah.
And this was a first for me. I met a super cool agent. He's one of our clients now. But we spent one night, like instead of having conversations about like, oh, like what we did in college, he was asking me marital, like about like you know, as an older like couple, like what are some tips that you have? Like I'm not that much older. Okay. It's like 6 years. Okay. Like let's just put it there. But regardless, like it was kind of weird to be in the shoes of like, you know, when you have little kids, like what does it feel like? What like all this stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I'm in a
Mhm.
position to give anybody like
Right.
advice, but I'll
Who
tell you
is?
what's good at like what works and what doesn't
For
for
us, yeah.
us. And it was cool to talk to like some super successful people, like no matter like of all ages, like just driving, thriving, doing all these things. And um being able to see it like through their lens too, like all these other people.
Right.
I think you and I sometimes get siloed into, especially me being working from home alone, where I'm
Yeah.
not surrounded by people who are trying to level up. And then you get into a room where there's all these people that are there because they're trying to level up and they all have
Mhm.
kids and they all have families. Their
Right.
dynamics are different. Everyone's are different. And sometimes you're like, man, I wish I had that dynamic. But at the end of the day, I got what I've got. So how do I work with it? And I
Yeah.
do think that that was like a super helpful thing that I've done in the last few weeks, but it puts it in perspective that it's not
Right.
impossible, but it is still one of those things where you look at other people's lives and you're like, that seems so easy, or that seems like I would do that. One of my mentors actually posted today this quote. Just pull it up, but it says, "You don't have to choose between being a good mother and a driven professional. Your ambition is not a distraction. It's part of your wholeness. And your children are not in competition with it. They're witnessing it. They're learning from it. And one day they'll understand how much it took and how much it gave." So like, she like just posted that today from actually someone I cheerleaded with at Aquinas. So it was kind of like a full circle. We're all moms now in different stages. And it was kind of nice to see other people kind of putting it out there and going through it. Like, you know,
right.
It's just all about perspective.
It is.
People always tell me that. I'm like, fuck perspective.
I know, because you can look at things a million different ways, but it doesn't change how you feel all the time. Like,
no,
sometimes you're just like, fuck this. Like, yeah, you can't. What do you do?
We give it our all.
I can only say let them so many times.
Say let them. How about Daisy saying what the over and over and over again? And then Colton is like a rule follower. He's like, Daisy, do not say the F word. And then she'll be like, say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
Makes her say it. Colton, that makes her say it more.
Say it more. So like now you're letting her think she can say it more. And that's why Mel Robbins says the let them theory doesn't apply to your kids.
I have to remind Brian that all the time because he's like, just let them. I'm like, no, that doesn't apply.
Read the book. You can't say let them until you read the whole book. I beg Jordan. Like Audible. Just listen to it on Audible. Anything.
It won't take that long at two.
No, because times. Jordan's listening to another podcast. It's called, they're trying to get their golf game. Brian will love it. I'm actually going to send it to him. It's these two guys trying to like,
listening.
Yeah. And it's like their big conversation other than getting their like score better is who would win in a fight, a shark or a polar bear. It's their logo. And Jordan listens to them religiously every day, like religiously, but he can't even
listen
like
to let them
for 5 minutes.
I get it. I get stuck into my content buckets as well. Like I get obsessed with different things, like which podcasts I listen to, then I drop off, then I'm doing this.
That's me too.
And, you know,
I'm
get
finally
into
off
different
the true
modes.
crime train for it's been 2 weeks that I've been off the true crime train, and I feel holistically a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, but it'll come back. I was listening to the Toast this morning because I know you got me onto that.
I know. I've been catching up on yesterday's still. I haven't listened to today's.
I mean, I'm listening to yesterday's. I'm like always a day behind.
I've got a lot of people on the Toast. They need to like give me some cred.
Yeah, we should call them. Actually,
yeah, right.
Like we should just give them a call and be like, "Hey guys," but I think that they're too big for us. But someday maybe someone will look at us and be like, "Yo guys,
that's them,"
and we're never going to be that way because we're going to be like, "You were there. We will help you through."
Right.
And meanwhile, Catie and I are still sitting in our home studios. It's no big deal. It's fine.
I know. I can't even get my home studio made, please.
Well, mine's not really a studio. This is my desk.
I know, right?
So
we're working on it.
We're going to get there. Now that we have 10,000 followers.
I know. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to clock out. We could go on and on forever, but it was good catching up with everyone.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this, get excited because I think we're going to have some mom content on the pod, like our mom.
Yeah, we have some really good guests lined up, and I
think May's going to be a good month.
It'll be good. So,
all right, clock out, clock back in. Bye.